Oh my gosh, they had a fire.
Yeah.
I like the story that you told with my dad. I didn't know that you were robbed when my dad was staying with you in Chicago, and that your other roommate said, "Did you go push him?" And you were like, "No, I didn't." Why would you go push him? You had your nephew right there. Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
So do you?
Michael and Billy were a little more devilish.
Michael and Billy were more devilish than my dad. I always thought my dad was so handsome.
Yeah.
I thought Uncle Mike was handsome.
Always had a little sparkle in his eye.
Uncle Mike had big dimples, big ones too.
Yeah, yeah.
And he was always funny.
Yeah.
I always thought my dad was so handsome, and I barely remember. I see a picture of Uncle Billy. I was little. I think I was in 3rd grade when he passed away. But yeah. My grandfather made me laugh. He was such a nice man. So, and my grandmother adored him. She'd talk about him. So, yeah.
When you're speaking for Grandma, I have to stop and think we Marge and Tom.
Yeah. My grandmother talked about her husband up until the end. In fact, she had a little bit of dementia, and so I'd say, "What did you have for breakfast?" And she'd say, "I don't remember." I said, "That's okay. What do you want to talk about? Tell me what." And she usually would talk about when Grandpa was stationed in China, and she would tell me the series of events. She told me about his family living in Iowa and Missouri.
Illinois.
Then Illinois,
Yeah.
and so his father.
Oh, they were in Iowa. I didn't know they were in Iowa.
They were in Iowa, Missouri, and I believe so. And did Grandpa go to the University of Illinois for engineering? Do you remember, where did he go to college? University of Illinois, maybe?
No, Michigan. No, I think it.
Did he really?
Don and Chuck.
Grandpa didn't go to U of M.
I thought.
No, he went to
Tom
Illinois.
went to Illinois. That's right.
He went to.
Yeah.
I just don't. So my daughter Sage went to Chicago State University.
Yeah.
But I think my grandfather went to Illinois University, University of Illinois. Is that something right?
Champaign, Urbana. Yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's where I went.
Did Marjorie go to college?
What?
Did my grandmother go to college?
Oh yeah.
Did she graduate?
Yeah, university. She was in her 3rd year of engineering, aeronautical engineering, when she was married, and by then she had children. There was too much to do, so she
was in her 3rd year of aeronautical
when they
engineering.
were married.
Okay, yeah. And the other thing I've been trying to remember is, what was Grandpa's degree in? What was my grandfather's?
Oh, he was in engineering.
He was in engineering, something having to do with communications, unless that was with the war.
I don't know. My father was electrical engineering. I don't know what type of engineering he was.
Yeah.
And what was Don? God, I've forgotten.
They both were engineers. And they
was
worked
engineering,
together.
but I can't remember what degree.
Michael was chemical engineering. Seth is mechanical engineering.
Might have been. I don't think that doesn't sound right. So,
No, I feel like Grandpa's was electrical.
It didn't matter. He ended up spacecraft, and that was what it is.
Spacecraft?
Yeah.
Don worked on spacecraft?
So the Ghost spacecraft, he was general manager on it.
Oh,
and
he was a general manager of spacecraft?
That was also one, he helped with Japan's first spacecraft, the Ghost.
Oh, yeah. One thing I remember is your husband went to Japan. Uncle Don went to Japan more so, and my grandfather, Tom, went to China more so.
Yeah.
So, I just find that interesting because Grandma's decor seems more Chinese. Is your decor more Japanese or more Chinese?
No, it's somewhat Japanese, Chinese, a little Middle Eastern, a little this and that.
Indian.
I got a lot for my mother. My mother liked the Chinese touches. she was a decorator.
Ah, okay, okay.
And I think I got a lot of my tastes from my mother.
So,
I
do you remember
our living
anything when
room,
Franny was a little girl?
That mother helped all our first versions was all in white, and at that time it was very unusual to do.
What was all in white?
The living room.
Oh, your
the
living
couch
room.
and the
Oh
bed.
my goodness, yeah.
At that time, they weren't doing it. It was very unusual,
Sure.
very avant-garde. Of course, afterward, it became very popular.
Nice. So, when did your mom and Bill divorce? How long were you in? I don't know. Grandma and I didn't talk a lot about that.
I was 11 years old when the divorce, 12 probably when he married. And he married and they had had a son.
Okay.
And that son got, after Dad's death, he got schizophrenia, same as Billy Carmody did.
Oh.
So it's kind of a family failing, I guess.
Wonder if that came through Uncle Bill then.
Yeah, they're in the middle.
Mm-hmm.
It's where they have persecution complexes. He used to talk about he had to defend himself against these little men in red suits who were following him and things like that.
That's disturbing. That's hard.
He'd go off on flights of fancy.
Flights of fancy. Dad told me a story when Uncle Billy took a piece of paper, ripped it in half, and said, "Here, you take this. We're going to Alaska. That's your ticket." And I said, "Was he pretending?" And my dad was like, "He wasn't pretending. It was the schizophrenia."
Yeah.
And that was hard. So, do you want to know what my dad did? He beat him up. He said, he shook him. He said he just wanted that to go away.
Oh, none of that. He felt, I think, very guilty. I think he had harsh words with him, maybe before, probably about getting a job or something before he committed suicide, which had nothing to do with his suicide. Billy was in another world. He believed in God, and he believed in a God that was mixed with the Asian faith.
Oh.
And he had all these favorite words he used about the future. I know the last time I saw him, he for about an hour or two in his downstairs room, and where he discussed his beliefs. He became a religious fanatic, actually.
My mom said the same. She said he was very fanatical about religion, Catholicism.
Yeah.
But I guess Uncle Billy lived with my mom and dad for a short time. I don't know how long. It didn't last. Maybe that was before Joby was born.
He did what?
Lived with mom and dad.
Yeah. Well, he lived with them until he died.
Billy lived with my mom and dad for a short time.
Oh.
But he must have gone. Do you know what college he went to? He was in college in Virginia. I know. Yeah. When I was a little girl, when he died, he was in grad school. He hadn't finished his master's work in special education. He had not finished.
Yeah.
So, but I don't know what college Uncle Billy went to. That's okay.
No,
Someplace maybe somewhere in Richmond.
I
don't know.
But
my grandfather
he was a handsome fella.
All of them were handsome.
Yeah. They were all nice looking, yeah.
They were all handsome. Was he funny? Well, he sounds like he just got really... My mom told me that when he was in college, he started doing LSD and that complicated the situation. He was doing drugs. Yeah.
Well, yeah. Well, as you very painfully know from a suicide, I think you look for a lot of ways to blame yourself, but actually they did everything they could. They were very loving parents.
Oh,
And said Tom might have shook over been firm with him at times.
no, my
and-
dad,
and
my father got mad at him.
yeah,
I don't think he got in a fist fight, but I think he shook him and said,
yeah.
"You have to." So I don't think I was not talking about my grandfather. My dad got mad at Uncle Billy.
Well, that's right. Your dad was Tommy.
Oh,
That's
okay.
it. We talked.
Because you're right, it's confusing with the
yeah.
Toms. Yeah,
Yeah,
Tom and
yeah.
Tommy.
Yeah, that
But he wasn't working, and that was frustrating to Marjorie and Tom.
Yeah.
Is what I'm hearing you say.
yeah.
Yeah, but I didn't know much about him.
But he was very religious, as Marjorie said. Amongst his friends, he was considered almost saint-like.
Saint-like.
Yeah.
Oh.
Remember, kids read that a little bit.
What was it like then? Did you and Grandma Marjorie, did you get sent off to school?
Yes, we when after my parents were divorced, my father's mother, Peggy,
Okay. Your father's mother,
and,
Peggy.
became very close. Surprisingly, rather than take up with Vi, his second wife, and she and Mother decided to travel together, and that's when they decided to send us away to school. And this was the first freedom Mother really had. She married when she was 16 years old, and had children right away. Of course, she always had maids, which helped, but she needed the freedom. And she and Peggy went traveling together, and they sent Marjorie and I to boarding school, which Marjorie and I really, as the general rule we liked. I tried to run away from the convent. Was
it your choice to go to the convent?
Yes, I was too. Went to St. Genevieve's of Pines in Asheville, North Carolina, and my sister stayed with my grandmother, and I was in the boarding school.
Okay.
And actually, it was fine. But the sisters are they're not warm. They can be cold people. Yeah. Well, the mother loved. She was never mean to me. Never mean. But Mother Gibson, I was there. She had fierce, dark eyes. And when I decided to run away, I told one of the girls that was in school with me, Sarah, and she told on me because she was worried about me.
Sure.
So I had all my clothes on under the covers. I was ready to escape.
That night.
Run down the hill and find a cab and get to my grandmother's. And then I was going to hitchhike to Chicago. It was very impractical. I don't know how I did that.
It's very impractical.
All of a sudden, Mother Gibson loomed over me, asked me to get those fierce eyes. And then I had to room with her for, about a month afterward, because they were afraid I would run away again.
So you went to boarding school after that?
That was in boarding school.
Oh, the convent was the boarding school.
It was boarding school that I tried to run away from.
Okay.
Yeah.
And so Marjorie and you were not sent to the same school?
Marjorie, I don't know, was that the year Marjorie eloped? I think so, because, I think that was the year she eloped. And she was...
Well, what did Mom and Dad eloped? What did Marjorie and Tom think of that? Did they have opinion?
That was fine. Mother was worried whether it was going to work out, and it turned out that it did.
Ah, okay. Because the way my father told the story, they eloped so they didn't have to deal with my mother's parents, Martha and John Duncan. because they were controlling.
Yeah.
So I didn't get the impression that Mom and Dad eloped because of Tom and Marjorie, but I never asked Grandma what she thought.
I
when
don't
they
know
eloped.
whether she thought she wouldn't get approval from Mother or what it was. Maybe she thought Mother would think she was too young. I don't know, but
Mom and Dad weren't too young, though. I think Mom was 21 and Dad was 24.
oh yeah, they were fine
Maybe older.
when they got married. Yeah.
Or maybe it was closer to Dad was 21. She wasn't 19. I think she was 21. I have to do the math.
Yeah.
Because Joby turns 55. Joby's 55 right now. And my mom is 78. So Mom must have been 23, if I'm doing the math right. Then Mom said everyone thought they were going to have a baby right away, that maybe they eloped because she was pregnant, and she wasn't.
Why else would they marry?
Yeah. But then they moved out to Pennsylvania for a short time. Then they moved out to Minnesota. And I think my dad started at Parker Hannafin. Then he got a job at a company that I don't know the name of in Pennsylvania. We moved to a piece of land that was 23 acres in Pennsylvania. Then that didn't work out, and I don't know why. And Dad got back in touch with people at Parker, and they gave him an opportunity in Bloomington, Minnesota. So then they moved out to Bloomington, or we moved out to Farmington. Dad worked in Bloomington first, and then they opened up a location in Lakeville. So then he worked in Lakeville, Minnesota, and then eventually was transferred to Waterville, Ohio. And we had the opportunity to go to Cleveland or to Toledo, and Mom and Dad chose Toledo. They wanted the smaller city. They wanted the farmer. They wanted a more rural environment. Yeah. So my brother Joey was in the 12th grade when we moved to Minnesota. I'm from Minnesota to Ohio.
Yeah.
And his senior year, Aunt Barbara, he starred in Oklahoma, and he got a standing ovation every time he sang Oklahoma.
Who started in Oklahoma?
Joby.
He sang?
Yeah, he
I
sang.
didn't know he sang.
Oh, you should have heard him. He's got a very deep baritone voice, got a standing ovation every performance. He was so impressive.
Yeah.
Yeah. So he ran cross country, and then he got a standing ovation in Oklahoma consistently, and then I think he ran track. Then he graduated. Then he went off to college. And then eventually met his wife now. She has a PhD in from Notre Dame, mathematics. She's very bright. And they have Theo. And so Theo has been in the Nutcracker. And I don't know if it was when he was 4 or 5. I don't know when they first put him in the Nutcracker.
Well,
so,
he continued to sing then after.
His son Theo is now in the Nutcracker, is studying or has been in theater.
I was very fond of Joby. I didn't know he sang, but of course I haven't seen him in years.
Yeah, he did. He sang in high school and then in college, and then I think I could be mistaken, but I don't know what his undergraduate is. I think he got a master's in divinity, or he got an undergrad I don't know if he got an undergrad in religion and then got a master's in counseling. I'd have to check with it. Anyway, Leslie and I were talking about Mother Teresa, and I was telling Leslie that Joby wrote a paper about Mother Teresa when he was in college. So Joby and I are the only two that ended up getting postgraduate work. So both of us have master's degrees. And then Carrie, he's been working at the same company forever. I think he just runs the place. He works for a manufacturing of a glass company. And Seth was at GM as an engineer for 20 years, retired, and now he's at the Air National Guard, as you know. And then Cammie and Brian, Cammie got her degree in computers, but she and Brian are running a painting business.
Cammie and Brian what?
They're running a business, a painting business.
Oh yeah, that's
Yeah. And then Josh didn't get his degree
How
right
did they
away.
have 4 children?
They have 3 children.
3 children, yeah.
And Josh and Lori, do you remember Josh?
Oh,
yeah. Levi. Levi is, so Josh met, I think Levi, he might have been 8 or 9 when Josh and Lori got married. They got married in at the Niagara Falls.
I think what I saw was a second marriage, and she had a little boy.
Correct.
Yeah. I don't know.
So that
Cute
marriage.
son, yeah.
Oh yeah. So Josh first got married, I think, if I'm not mistaken, when he was 19. I tried to talk him out of it, and then he said he wasn't going to go to college. Then after he got divorced, he decided to go to college, and he got straight A's. He got his 2-year degree in business.
Good for him.
Yeah, he was bound and determined to get straight A's, perfectionist in that way, but he did great. And then Megan, she's in insurance, and so she had to pass the insurance tests, and she continues on selling insurance. I believe she's doing property and casualty insurance at the bank, but I'm not sure. I haven't talked to her about her career in a long time.
What about her husband?
He works in benefits. He works in corporate benefits.
Corporate benefits.
Yeah, like human resources, like I did.
Yeah.
So I was 25 years into human resources, and then I had some financial services, and I worked as a stockbroker at Morgan Stanley during that time. And then after John died, I just wanted to, I knew I needed to step back because I was so overwhelmed. I was shocked. And then, but I was substitute teaching to give me part-time work so I could be home for Logan. And so I have an LLC for consulting. In 2023, I opened that. And so I'm doing a substitute teaching, and it's called Thor Wellness Group. And so, and then I already told you about the kids. So, we just do what we can, whatever. See what we can do. Help people where we can. Try to make a buck here and there, God gets us by. But yeah. So, but yeah. So nice to see you. I'm so glad I got to see you.
Oh, well, of course, it's delightful to see you. I'm sorry you don't live closer by.
Oh, you're so sweet. I know. But you had a lovely, lovely celebration for your birthday. I got to see the video.
Yeah, it was a nice party. They wanted to do a much bigger one, but it was too much for me. As it was, just having the group was a full day, but a pleasant day.
Nice. That was quite the cake that caught on fire. The happy birthday sign caught on fire.
Yeah, they hadn't got all the flowers. It looked like a funeral in there.
No, it did not. It was a celebration. I did see the bouquets. They were beautiful. They were beautiful.
Yeah.
You have a beautiful home. Dad and I talked about your house when I was in college. Before I left for college, him and I were sitting at the table, and he told me about this piano out here that came from the World's Fair, and that it was a glass piano. And in my mind, I had this Cinderella-like big glass grand piano. Then Mom says, it's the legs, Jamie. It's just the legs.
Yeah, I was in the house of Tamara, Chicago World's Fair.
It was what?
In 1933.
1933.
Yeah.
Was it an auction, or did you just buy it outright?
Yeah.
Do you remember? Was it an auction, or did you just purchase it outright?
I don't know. I thought they ought what's the famous auction house?
Oh, Lord, I have no idea.
I can't think of the name. I told the kids they ought to contact them because nobody wants to be out on the family.
Oh.
And I said that they ought to get a good price because it's an antique now. It's almost
I-
100 years old.
That piano has
and
been legendary
it
to
has a
me my
history.
whole life.
We can document the history
Yes.
and
Auction it off, maybe.
yeah.
Yeah. That
And-
is a legendary part of. So I had this big, just like when I went to Scotland, I thought all these castles were going to be huge, enormous, grand castles. Some of them were smaller than my first apartment.
yeah.
And I was like, this, or we went to find my friends, my roommates, then now husbands, a family castle, and it was in ruins, but it was a small, tiny castle. I was like, this is small. I can't believe it. It was literally like 3 rooms. It was very small. Of course, it was ruined, so like
It's funny how we deal both sides, as I think I mentioned to you when my folks we were going to go as a family to Germany, and Dad was going to finish medical school in Heidelberg, and they so she came to take me by the boat, and as a little when I was 4 or 5, all I could picture was this huge rowboat.
Wait, your dad was going to finish his doctorate degree or become an MD? What do you mean? Became a doctor. Who was going to be?
Well, I remember his father was a doctor.
Oh, okay,
That's-
okay.
that's
Bill's
in the-
father
in
was
the
a
history.
doctor.
I wish I can't imagine. It's so big. What could have happened to that? I think I better go look for it.
So it gives some sense of the family tree, because both you and Marjorie were very contemporary and ahead of your, just like Francis, but ahead of the times. Whereas you both, well, did you stay at home? You had a career first, and then you stayed at home. Marjorie kept her career while she had raised the 3 boys, and that was not as usual as people staying at home during.
Marjorie didn't have a career until after she raised her boy. Then she went into real estate.
Oh, real estate. I thought she told me it started in Chicago.
No, she didn't work in Chicago.
I thought she told me. Oh, maybe I have the story wrong. So she did. So how did she meet the man that helped her get into real estate? I thought she met him in Chicago.
Oh, she might have. They
Maybe
might have
she met
a
him.
trip to Chicago or something like that. They got into real estate after her kids were born. I think she was in New Jersey when she first got into real estate.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Interesting. Yeah, I forgot. They lived in Virginia, New Jersey. She was in Chicago, Virginia, New Jersey, Illinois, and Michigan that I remember.
Yeah.
And Florida.
Yeah, then Virginia and then to Florida. That I told you that when Margie was in real estate, she sent me a newspaper clipping about her being elected Realtor of the Year in Virginia. She
Realtor
was
of the
quite a
Year.
successful realtor. And my boss, I was not a successful realtor. He says, well, he said, obviously doesn't run in the family.
Oh, gosh. But good for her.
Yeah.
When I stayed with her, she said to me that she would tell her clients if they wanted to sell their house, they needed to buy fresh flowers and have fresh flowers in every room. So she was all about staging beforehand, even though she was very humble. She didn't get.
No, but she made friends easily, and she was friendly.
Absolutely.
And so
Beautiful heart. Very friendly.
That of course, she was very, very intelligent in school. She was always very smart.
Mm-hmm.
Always outdid me in class, although we were close in history class, and when we were both at town school in Chicago, we were both in the same history class.
Were you?
Yeah, we ended up 1 and 2 in class. She was number 1, I was number 2.
Oh.
I thought I'd always be number 2 to her. she was so smart.
She was so smart.
Yeah.
You know, she was reading all the way up until the very last few months of her life. She
Yeah.
would read, just read the books.
Yeah.
Yeah, she's amazing. A remarkable woman. I'm so fortunate. I knew Franny. I knew my grandmother. I knew you. I knew my other grandmother. So I knew all four of my grandparents, plus my great grandmother and you, and Don. But I didn't know Don very well. When did he pass away?
1996.
When Kale was born.
Yeah,
Okay.
Been
Okay.
25 years. Yeah.
30 years ago.
30 years.
Yeah, 30 years ago. Okay. Okay. Well, that must have been hard too. It's not fun to go through grief.
Oh, it was hard. He died quickly. Within 4 months of his diagnosis, he was dead. But it made it an easier death from cancer, which could have been a very hard death.
How old was he?
He was 90. He was 69.
69 when he died.
Yeah.
Oh.
He still had his good looks. The nurses all
He was
thought
very
he was
handsome.
very handsome. And he's a good looking
Absolutely.
man.
Absolutely. Do you remember what happened to my grandfather? He got cancer. Was it cancer of the liver? Do you remember?
Okay, now.
Thomas Pershing, Grandma's husband.
Are you speaking of Tommy Carmody?
Thomas Carmody, yeah. Marjorie's husband, my grandfather. Did he have cancer of the liver? Do you remember?
It wasn't the liver, it was the bowels, wasn't it?
I don't know. I can't remember. I knew they were very, very disciplined about not having salt or sugar in their diet. But he still drank. He still would have a cocktail. But they were very disciplined. But he wasn't sick. But
he stopped drinking before Marjorie did. I know. Everyone stopped before Marjorie.
I told them they better let her have her vodka if she wanted it. Just if she asked.
I always thought that drinking was kind of the downfall of with Don. Of course, he inherited from his grandfather cancer of the lung, but he was a heavy smoker when he was younger.
Oh,
and
smoking was that was a status symbol for the 20s, 30s, 40s, 50s, I think.
Yeah. Yeah, okay. And he drank very heartily too. But we all did then. Although not as much as the men all drank heartily and they all died young.
Yeah. A sign of the times though. You know, even on the televisions, you'd have doctors smoking cigarettes and advising people to eat well. And they were smoking the cigarettes. The times were strange sometimes. And then even when Dad was early in his career, they would have cocktails at lunchtime. It was just
the 2 martini lunch, the famous 2 martini lunch.
Yeah. That was in the 70s and 80s, up to the 80s. I think in the 90s things changed.
Well, Tom drank quite a bit too. It was their culture.
Mm-hmm.
It's kind of the way
they did business over drinks.
Okay, listen, I think we're going to take a nap.
Yeah, I'm going to go sit outside and read, actually, and rest.
Yeah.
We're going to go to Stanford.
You can sleep a little so that
I want to go see the campus. We're going to go over to Stanford.
What?
We're going to Stanford.
Yeah.
To ride bikes.
Going to Stanford? What are you doing there?
We're going to go ride bikes on the campus.
What are you doing there?
Today.
Good Lord.
I don't want to get old.
How obnoxious.
How obnoxious. Believe me, Stanford's not open today. Yeah. So to be active and to do something. So they
Yeah.
didn't want to, and things are closed. It's Sunday.
Yeah.
So you would never ride a bike?
Yes, I was a youngster. As a teenager, I did. I think after I was flying, I tried from Chicago running back so that, and I know you never forget how to ride a bike, but I remember feeling a little shaky with it.
Oh, sure. Yeah.
I never
You didn't
really
fall,
took it
did
up
you?
on it. No, I didn't fall.
Good.
But, I was never much into sports. Always wished I was, but I wasn't.
I remember my grandparents encouraging us to swim. Do you remember sitting around the pool?
Swim because we had a pool in our building, and when swimming was a sport I did from the time I was young.
Did you play tennis?
Not really.
Okay.
They had an ice skating rink in the field. I remember that at first I started out on double runners. I never got good at ice skating. In high school, I used to play basketball, and my next name was Bird Legs. They come on, Bird Legs.
I couldn't ever play basketball. That was not my sport.
That was what I did. Nothing of now when I look at kids get to the professional levels so quickly. They're much beyond. I love to watch sports. I love sports.
Did you ever go to any place like the races, horse races, car races, polo
Horse
games?
races were my favorite.
Did you ever go to the Kentucky Derby?
No, I
Wouldn't
never
that
went
be
there.
wonderful?
I used to watch it on TV.
I see.
Never went to the Derby.
Okay. It's always fun when that comes around every year. I like it. But in golf, did you go to golf tournaments
Oh yes.
and watch them?
Oh, yeah.
It's fun.
Of course, Don was an avid golfer, so we had.
Did somebody like Eric
Yeah.
tip over a golf cart or something at Leslie's wedding or something? There was something for Leslie's wedding was at a golf course, correct? Didn't Don belong to a golf course? Leslie and Rob got married at the country club, didn't they?
Yes.
So yeah. Oh, I just wondered. I thought there was some trouble with a golf cart during their reception. Somebody said that. Do you remember anything like
Trouble
that?
with a golf cart. I can't remember that.
Okay.
How the golf cart had anything to do with the reception.
I don't know. Maybe. I'll tell you that my husband's first job was on a golf course and he tipped over a golf cart and got fired. He only worked there a short time because it wasn't a golf cart. That was a lawnmower, but he tipped over the lawnmower when he was mowing the golf course. It's like, oh! And so he got fired. Yeah, he was very meticulous. Our lawn he would say, it looks like the 18th hole. He's so different from my dad and mom in that, our lawn was manicured and his mom helped us, but we kept the house pretty tidy and neat and painted, and that wasn't so much with my parents. They're more farmish. They appreciated the big dogs, and I'm just not a dog lover in that way. I don't want to. My grandmother loved dogs too. Gosh, did she love the dogs? Yeah, that's just not my forte.
Well,
Pets.
Leslie
And the farm.
had big dogs for years.
Yeah.
Around, so we got used to.
I know. You mentioned that yesterday, and I meant to ask Leslie what her dogs were. You said she had big dogs, but you had that little Pomeranian.
Oh,
And my grandma had a cat.
I had the Pomeranian.
Oh, you did?
Yeah.
Okay.
I have the little dog, the Pomeranian, then I have the Sheltie.
Oh.
Her dogs are always big dogs. Although I was very fond of the dogs too. They lived in the house, so they were part of the family.
Aw.